you do when you're cruising along in life and all of a sudden you hit an obstacle? Or maybe even more than one. Or maybe even you've been hitting obstacles repeatedly for months now. Well, when that happens to me, and it is happening to me, I choose to live in the quantum now. I choose to focus my energy and my intention on what I have control over in this present moment. As you know, I'm trying to sell my home and my office in Florida, and I had offers on both, and they both fell through very unexpectedly and at the last moment, and I already had my belongings packed. Now, you may be seeing my quantum art here, so I had no control over those sales falling through due to lending issues. What I did have control over, though, was me feeling less than or frustrated or helpless by living in a situation that didn't feel right to me. I decided this weekend that I was going to claim my life back, and I went down these beautiful paintings, got packed up in early September, 2 months ago, y'all. Got packed up 2 months ago when my office was going to go into closing, right, and go into sale. And I have missed it so much, so I was like, that's what I get to do for me. So my friend and I, once I made up my mind, it happened almost instantly. A neighbor and friend saw me trying to unload this from the pod and came up and helped me, and we uncrated it and we hung it yesterday. Took about an hour and a half. And it brought me so much joy to be in the energy of these paintings and to have my filming space back. Now, I have no idea where my camera is or my lights. However, I have an overhead light on right now, and I'm using the camera on my laptop. And guess what? It's working. I do have control over that. So what I want you to know is, through this, I sound pretty chipper right now, but there's times I have been really frustrated and feeling helpless, very angry and disappointed. Yeah, disappointed is a good word too. In the last 3 months, as I've been riding this roller coaster, and I decided that I was done. I mean, you know, I've been filming about this, so you know I've been running the energy of it, especially when there's anger and frustration. What I had not worked with, the energy I had not worked with yet, was forgiveness. And I decided about 2 weeks ago, okay, that's it. I just don't want to feel like this anymore. And what I'm missing is forgiveness, because a lot of things happened at the hands of other people that I had no control over that ended up affecting the outcome. And I just decided it was time for me to let go of all of that. And going through the eclipse corridor helped that as well, right? Because all that shadow kept coming up. And I didn't like the way that felt either. So I ran the energy of all of those different emotions. And when that was clear, I stepped into the energy of forgiveness. And I embraced the energy of forgiveness and really worked with it. But I want you to know, while I was working with that, I had still more stuff come up, deeper stuff come up, darker shadow, if you will. And I stood there and accepted the forgiveness, the work that I had done, and acknowledged that there was more shadow up. And I worked that energy. I ran the rest of that energy that day. And then the next day I slept on it. And the next day I had to run some more shadow. And then I was ready to embrace the forgiveness. So I want you to know that what seems linear so often in life just isn't. It's quantum, it's everything happening all at once. And when we want it to be nice and linear, it just doesn't always go that way. So what I want you to know is, even though you're ready for forgiveness, all of your parts might not quite be ready for forgiveness. So go ahead and do your forgiveness work. And then as other things come up, run the energy. You've got the tools. Just go ahead and run the energy. Let that power through you. Alchemize that energy, or simply release it, however you want to do it. And then embrace a higher frequencied emotion. You know how to do this. We've been talking about it for years. So the good news is I have my quantum art back. And as a footnote, I wanted my quantum art back because I have a book that's releasing in the next couple weeks. And you're going to find out all kinds of stuff about that book very soon. Look to receive an email in the next couple days. I have a request that I'm going to make of you. And in the meantime, just know how happy I am to be back in my filming studio so that I can start communicating with you again. There's that infinity sign, right? Because my heart chakra just opened. You might even feel that, the joy that I have, that I get to engage with you again. Whew, that feels beautiful. I'm Connie Keene with Quantum Energy Infusion, where everything is energy.